Three, two, one. Oops, I counted down on air.
Oh no! Hey everybody, welcome to Plus One Exp.
Hello.
I am Sarah, your real life stepdad and a cult leader here at Plus One. We are a weird little brand that multi-classes in tabletop game design, beard and skincare alchemy, and the Bardic College of Content Creation. The dream and hope here at Plus One is to help amazing designers find great players who love their games, and help amazing players find great designers whose game they can love. Yeah, I am quite something. Thank you. And we're here to play Blister City with this incredible, very cool kids. We're gonna go around and introduce everybody for those who don't know. But I'm gonna start off with Keegan, my fellow cult leader. Talk to us a little bit about Blister City.
I will save talking about Blister City to the end because I have a whole
Wow. Undermining me in front of all of our friends.
We are going to be playing it today. It is my vaguely out and always upcoming sort of cyberpunk setting. And I have a whole little script prepared for it that I will take over when we get there. But let's meet everybody else first.
Let's do it. Let's start with our most furthest away friend in the land of ice and snow currently. Wasa, can you tell the people who you are and where they can find you?
G'day everyone, my name is Wasa. As folks now know, I am from Australia and I play games, I write for games and all that jazz, and you can find me on Blue Sky on Wasa Botte, and that's me.
But less far away, but feels very far, which makes me very sad, is the most wonderful, brilliant B. B, can you tell the people who you are and where they can find you?
Aw, you're very sweet. Hi, I'm Binar. You can find me all over the internet at Sassy Lich. It's yes, like the undead thing, Lich. And I act and make games, and I get to play in games with all of these beautiful, lovely people. They're just absolutely fabulous. And now, Keegan, you can't keep delaying. You do have to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Keegan. I figured we had said my name already. Cool. I guess we'll dive in.
Yeah.
I guess we're at that part of the day.
Where we can also just look deeply into each other's eyes and talk about our feelings if that
let's dive in. Welcome to Blister City, everyone. Before we get going, let's talk a little bit about the setting. Currently, it is the year 2241, and we find ourselves in Blister City, the last city on Mars after its fall 50 years ago. You see, humanity's reach outstripped its ability, and an attempt was made at terraforming the Red Planet. Disaster struck, and the Splinter, the only thing providing breathable air to Mars, was destroyed. Ambition City, the first city on Mars and the only one with an access to an atmospheric bubble, was the only survivor. What happened next is for historians and scholars to debate, but we find ourselves here now in Blister City, an impossible city built in the bones of ambition. Let's talk about how the city is set up a little. Access to land is at a premium in the small city. The rich have bought up what little land there is, and as such, wealth trickles down. The poor of the city being pushed higher and higher in the bubble where the air is thin and the people choke on the smog of the industry below them. Our players today will be punks, a name maybe not chosen by them, but one put on them nonetheless. They will try to carve out a home in a hostile and unforgiving city as massive factions here and on Earth work against each other in ways both obvious and more subtle. The major problems plaguing the city are unlikely to be solved by the group, but that doesn't mean their struggle is worthless. Kill the rich bastards who put your mom in medical debt. Burn down the homes of the profiteers that are price gouging your district on carbon scrubbers, and for one day only, sneak out of the city to see the ley lines perform under the lights of Centauri Montez. The people who are ruining your city have names and addresses. You have a crowbar and a dream. Make them pay.
Yes. And also wear flannel.
Also wear flannel, which I'm taking off now because it is 8 billion degrees in here.
Yeah, I just needed us to acknowledge the bit, and I knew that you needed to be released from your flannel prison. So you're welcome.
It out so I can now take it off.
It's so important to me, to everyone here.
So this is gonna be like a weird. I've been calling this one session -1. So we're not gonna get really into character stats. This is more about sort of figuring out how we work with each other, figuring out what we're interested in. Hi, Selby. How do I fuck up your
Kelby.
cat's name every time?
Well, she is a bit of a fuck up, so I get it. As she balances precariously off the back of my chair, waiting for the opportunity to get the other cat. It's fine.
But
It's important.
so we're gonna pretty much ignore stats today. This is about figuring out how we work as a group and sort of figuring out how we deal with the factions in the city. Blister City as a setting has like 30 factions written in it. We obviously won't be touching on all of them, but
Not with that attitude.
sort of as we play through today, we'll see sort of where our feelings lie on people, and we'll figure it out as we go. That's what I'm saying. That being said, Blister City is sort of like a vaguely cyberpunk setting, like a bit lower tech. We don't have like laser guns or anything crazy here. But did we have thoughts about like what sort of characters we're gonna be playing? What we might look like, etc., etc.?
Ugh.
Was-
Hey.
Oh yes, Sarah.
Well, no, I'm just saying I have loose ideas, and I feel that I'll be inspired by each of you to like chase my bliss if I hear what you guys have in mind first.
This is
Sarah,
the
that
problem.
was such a cop out.
It really was.
Cop
It
out.
really, truly was.
I know Wasa said off mic that they had a name.
I had the silliest name for someone. In my mind, I was like, okay, well, someone who like if there is such thing as a day job,
Mm-hmm.
because I was thinking maybe
Mhm.
going like the hacker style. It's like it's in IT. The day job is in IT. I want
Yeah.
them to be a hacker. And I want them to have the most unfortunate name bequeathed to them by their parent. And I wanted them to be called Simon Says.
Yeah, perfect name. Hey, nailed it in one.
Because here's the thing, like if you are a hacker and like the hacker sign off is Simon Says, they're not going to link it to a real name. They're going to think that that's something that's like absolutely ridiculous, like
Oh my gosh.
other hackers.
Oh no.
And that was my plan. That was all I had. I just wanted to be. I was like in the car driving. I was like, who is this character going to be? And I was like, it'd be funny if they were called Simon Says and they hated it, but then also it was actually really useful.
I love that. It's incredible. Like no notes.
Yeah, it's the perfect
Yeah.
name.
That's
That's it. That's
Is
my idea.
I have to ask: is Says your last name or is your first name Simon?
It's
Says?
in the first name is Simon Says. It's like it's SEZ.
Okay, yeah, that rocks. Cool.
This is so good.
I don't think we should have let you go first, actually. I'm rethinking this. This is too good. And now I don't have anything that is Billingsley. Oh my God.
It's so good.
Amanda.
Remarkable.
It's so fucking amazing. Oh my God.
Oh God, Simon Says Billingsley. I was like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, no, Billingsley. Keep
Yeah.
up. It's in the chat.
Keep
I'm writing
up.
it down. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
You betcha me. Okay, so I think my inside me there are two wolves.
Yeah, let's talk through your wolves.
Let's talk about the
Okay.
wolves.
The first wolf wants to play like a kind of grizzled old man. It's just like is kind of like done. Like that's option number one. In my mind, like from a character like Specs position, we're doing more like the like tank and assault kind of stuff with that. The other wolf inside of me wants to play like, and this is super specific,
Mhm.
but like an old timey like cowboy AI
Yeah.
that's you know the talking bass, but like a real person that just like talks like that is like honky tonk, and is just the worst.
Sarah.
These are the wolves.
No, they can. I'm holding your face when I say this. They can be the same wolf.
They could be the same wolf.
You
So-
can be that. You can
Yeah.
be one as well. You can be so grizzled. You can be a grizzled
I love
cowboy
it.
AI.
You're right. But here's the thing, Keegan, I don't want to have I will have a physical manifestation of my body,
Yes, you will.
but I would like to be like the only physical thing that you really see is like a little orb that is projecting the hologram of like my weird little cowboy man.
Yeah.
And it like we can say that it has technology like little a minor tractor beam or stuff to like pick stuff up so I can still interact with the world.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm just like a neon like I'll find images, I'll drop them in the chat of kind of what I'm thinking visually, but like that's
I'm perfectly rotating
who I
in
want
my
to
mind
be.
already. We're great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's who I want to be.
Do you have a name for this little AI? And if the answer is no, that's fine.
Not yet. I'm still noodling on it. But
Yeah.
when inspiration strikes me, I'll let you know.
Cool.
Astounding. Oh my god. Oh my god.
No pressure, but you do have to go after those two.
I can't. That's the problem is I can't. But I do. The concept in my brain is just like a little rat man, like just like a little dumpster diving, like just nasty little fuck. Like definitely kind of with the grittier parts of Blister City's concept. I
Mhm.
was like, just because I saw some of the backgrounds, my mans. I saw the backgrounds, y'all, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I'm thinking probably just like gutter snipe, just yeah. I'm doing like the classic Rat King. Oh my, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I see you, and I hear you, and I'm listening. And I feel like I probably have like one of those noun names, like it's like a singular noun.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I'm not as cool as these two yahoos for
No,
sure,
you
but
for
I
sure
am the
are.
worst. Just the worst. I do bring you gifts though. I will
here
bring
for
you
it.
trash gifts.
I was going to ask whether or not this was like a cat giving you like a
It's-
half dead thing.
Exactly like that. It's eggs. And the cat really thinks that you will enjoy it and cannot be convinced otherwise.
Yeah, that's an ew of affection right there.
Yeah. Sarah, I'm gonna ask you a question real quick, which is that
Yeah.
especially so that we are this first session, I don't know if I said this on air yet, but it's like 10 years before the
Mhm.
events of the next campaign. Of the full campaign here. And even in 2251, where we will be playing, full artificial intelligences that are a thing most people do not know exist.
Hey.
There are plenty of them. It is not
Right.
unusual for them to
Yeah.
exist, but they're pretty good about hiding. How is that like now, 10 years, like even earlier?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna
I think okay. If you'll allow it.
I probably will.
I would like for my dude to have a dog. And that dog carries the weird little drone like in its mouth, sort of a thing all the time. So I'm literally never seen without this dog because it's like it's sort of projecting me like off to the side, sort of a thing. So it's me in this mangy mutt. I will retrieve a picture of the dog now.
I'm so scared to open the Discord and see.
Oh my god,
Well,
I
I
saw it! I just saw it! Guys,
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Like that's me. I want you to understand. Like the cigarette is never not in my mouth.
Oh my god, I don't have a screen set up to show off this man.
We need to describe it for the audience
Yeah,
because
it is.
this is so powerful.
It is a cowboy made completely out of neon lights. He is incredible. I love him.
I would die for him.
He is great.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is all great stuff. Please put the dog in the +1 Discord. Sarah, you heard that.
Okay, I'll find. Let me get the right like
The right
vibe for the
dog.
dog. I gotta find the right dog for my man.
Cool, wonderful. So you all have another friend who is sort of in this group with you all, who's friends with you, and I have not named them yet. Anyone have ideas on what this person's name is?
What are they like? Give us a description.
Yeah, so she is she's from a district called the Smokestack District. It is a district set above a district that does a lot of industry. It is where they do effectively like all the fracking in the city basically comes from here. And she is from a district in the smoke above it. She is sickly, she is pale. Doctors have told her she does not have much time left. But I think to that, she is still like, gonna wear my best dress. Gonna do the best I can with what I have here.
Oh, I love this. I love this. Also, I love this dog. Jesus Christ.
It's a very specific dog, but it's the love of my life, that dog. I'd do anything for that goddamn dog.
It's a good dog.
It's what it is. It's what it is.
Oh my God.
Where should I drop this in?
Just in general.
In general?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
It'll be really confusing for anyone not watching the stream in a way I love.
Yeah, this is going to be just nonsensical. Put a cowboy right by it.
Oh yeah, absolutely put the cowboy in there too.
Yeah, let me get the cowboy first. Cowboy is, I feel like, the most important bit.
Yes, I agree. This is context. Amanda's going to do cowboy emojis. Thank you. Thank you for this gift.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna name this NPC Paris. Well, she probably has a last name, and it's probably not Hilton, but
Probably not.
But it's not a non-zero chance that it is Hilton.
They could have come to Mars. Who knows?
It sounds like a thing that would happen.
It sounds like a thing that could.
It does. It does.
Like,
cool. And then the last person who's sort of in this group with you all is Brick, who's Paris's sort of shitty little boyfriend. He is harmless. He is a little bit of a shit. You all know Paris.
Like affectionate ratbag shit, or like...
Yeah,
or like we would rather
mean,
him not be here
you
shit.
all think Paris could probably do better, but he does seem to make Paris happy regardless.
Okay.
We just don't know why,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah. You're like, I don't understand why this is working.
Okay, they're politely invited because... Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Um,
All right.
Cool. Sarah and B, do you have names yet?
Let me do a Google, and then yes, I will.
Astounding. I'm also doing a Google.
No worries. And these names can change between now and next session. I would just like to have something to call you by for now.
I have it.
What is it?
With such confidence, I love this.
That was so scary. I believe you though.
My name is Ronnie Kicks. This is a combination of the singers from Brooks and Dunn. I'm taking their names and smushing them together. I'm Ronnie Kicks.
Ronnie Kicks. I'm still quiet. Oh my god.
Kicks is with an X. I will say that too.
Oh my god.
Keep talking for a second while I try to figure out what my mic issue is, because I think I am potentially not using the microphone I'm supposed to be using.
That'll do it.
No, I am. Weird.
Oh yeah, because other
weird.
Time out. Keegan.
Yes.
In the Streamlabs, there is a couple of filters on your input. Check and see, maybe take one of those off.
There is, in fact, a noise suppression filter that's putting me at -30.
Yeah, buddy, I got you.
God.
I got you, homie.
Okay,
Don't worry. I'm watching out for you.
Sorry if I'm crazy loud now. Hopefully that's better. That explains why we always have all these problems with me being quiet, and I'm like, oh god, no difference? Huh.
What? I can hear you good, so I'm like...
Yeah.
You're good for us. It's definitely something in
definitely.
Streamlabs.
It's definitely something in Streamlabs. I'm gonna keep poking through Streamlabs while we do this.
B. Let's talk about the Rat King.
Yes. I was thinking of, okay, I want to put this to the group. What's a bug that is also a name that
Ant.
Ant.
And you could do like you could shorten
There's
it
also
down. Like I mean, we could do Flea or Hopper, or Hopper's a little bug, a
Hop.
little hop.
Aaron MFK has Pillbug in there.
Pillbug,
Earwig,
Earwig.
that's rough. That's a rough one, Aaron.
Earwig is a rough name.
Earwig is so good though.
I'm into it. That's it. That's the fucking name. We're done. That's it. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.
I was like looking at all the bugs I knew. I was like going through the bug roster in my head. I was like,
You never feel dumber than you do when you're like, what's every bug I can name? And it's like
4
moth,
bugs. Yeah.
yeah.
ant.
I'm like,
Yep.
Ask me to
Spider?
name every
No.
Pokemon though, and we'd get pretty close.
God, no,
Name a
no.
bunch of bugs, no chance. Cool. Let me pull the document back up.
Oh, I guess I can put my name and stuff in now.
Oh my God, yeah. I forgot I could change my name on this.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Cool. So I'm opening the Blister City PDF, and I'm gonna just go through building a group with you all now. Does this group of the 5 of you have a name? It's cool if the answer is no.
What do y'all think? I have no idea. I think the question is, why do we all hang out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that is
Yeah.
the bigger question.
Actually, let's scroll down and do that question first. What unites the group, and how did you meet? I have some examples here if you want them. But if you all have an immediate idea, feel free to call it out.
I have some very important questions about both Earwig and Simon. Wasa,
Yes.
is it always Simon Says, or is Simon Says like the full like one name, or is it Simon Says?
It's Simon because Simon does not want many people to know their full name.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. This is so important.
But I'm like, probably if we do hang out, you have found out. It's
I'm
one
aware.
of those
Okay.
Her
things.
name
Yeah.
is Simon Says.
It's like we went to a restaurant and they're like, and Simon was like, okay, like I did the booking, and it's like, oh, under Simon, and it's like, who? And it's like, says,
Yeah.
what?
This is very good.
That's so cute.
Earwig. So, the way that you've described Earwig to me, like just like this gross trash garbage man.
Yes.
Here's my thought that would connect like the two of us. I feel
Yes.
like because Simon is like a hacker or whatever, perhaps
Mhm.
Simon was essential in like upgrading me to like a portable unit or something.
Yeah.
And Earwig was responsible with finding like very specific parts in like literal trash
You see
in
the
order-
vision.
in order to kind of like
Mhm.
pull it together. So it kind of started out like Simon got this weird note online that was hiring them for like an actual job, and they got excited and didn't realize it was a rootinest, tootinest cowboy AI in the West.
Is it like an Airtasker job where it's like,
yes.
someone was like, I need like a reprogramming of like a Roomba, and someone's like, oh, that's fucking
I'd
easy.
like to take a walk outside. Is what I mean? Can you take my dog for a walk? And then you showed up and it was like, no, it's actually me. I'd like to take a gander. But like we needed like very specific
Alright.
parts or something that Earwig either like stole from a really old part of town or something. Like I like the idea of it just
Yes.
being no one else was willing to go to the place because it was horrendous. And
Yeah.
perhaps Earwig was like, I love that place. Please,
Like,
please,
oh my
please.
God. It's like
send
my
me.
favorite, actually. I hang out there
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I love this.
Yeah, so it sounds like we met all doing some of the same weird Fiverr jobs.
Which is
Yeah.
really, I feel like, very dystopian
Mhm.
and very appropriate for this.
Yeah. This brings us to the next question. What makes you sort of different from other groups of punks working in Blister City?
I mean, one of us is a cowboy robot.
Cowboy,
And I really
yeah.
feel that. I feel like that's a real game changer.
I'm happy with that as an answer.
Also, hugely important question. Yes, every group needs a little trash creature, and we're all different versions of that. Do we still do like Fiverr jobs, like rabbit jobs? Do we do that like together, like Task Rabbit bullshit?
Yeah. 100%.
Would Ronnie do that with us?
I think I think that like, okay, I've freed myself from my digital prison and I'm able to like walk about the earth. And I'm kind of entrusting that you guys will like teach me what I need to know. But I've like I've essentially kind of learned like, oh, and I think this is where like the cranky old man bit comes in, where it's like, fuck, this is the same. I'm still doing shitty jobs. But like I do like the idea that I constantly like nag you guys about like how you're supposed to be, no, do it this way, even though like I've probably like this is my first, like not my first day, but like I've not had a body for nearly as long.
I love this.
Yeah, so we have a little faction sheet we are tracking this on. I'm gonna go ahead and mark Enterprise Alliance up as one. They're just like one of the bigger corporations in the city. It's going to sort of mark that we've been doing jobs for them and we're in good standing currently.
They probably don't want us walking in their buildings, maybe except for Simon, who I feel like is some sort of day walker. Like, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, incredible. Sarah, for Mr. Ronnie Kicks,
Yeah.
how did you become an AI? Were you created? Did you find yourself like forming yourself?
I think it was sort of like an accident. I don't think that it was intentional. I think that I started out like as like a slot machine, like
Okay.
kind of one of the visuals in a slot machine, you know what I mean? Like, and something happened to said slot machine. Like, I don't know if there was like a power surge or somebody tried to crack it and introduced code that like allowed me a level of sentience, sort of a thing.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to phrase specifically. There is a faction in the city, and their whole deal is cracking things and waking them up that should not maybe have been woken up previously. Do you feel like it was like maybe even just like an early version of them?
Yeah,
or do you feel like it was like a miraculous birth sort of deal?
I kind of love the idea that like it was a miraculous occurrence, you know what I mean? And maybe that's part of why like maybe later they helped me out or something like that. They like came to like wake my machine up and I was like, bitch, I'm already here. Like, slap my ass in a thumb drive, get me out of here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark you up for Uplifters Anonymous. They're the people who will eventually be the sort who wake up slot machines. And I'm gonna give you a -1 with the Gravediggers. They are another faction of AI in the city. They are like a series of robots that work together to go outside of Blister and bury all of the dead people on the planet. There are a lot of them.
It's so cool. What the fuck?
And at some point they have woken up and they sort of work as like an information network. It's very easy to get information from one of them to another. Oh, cool. Person to ban.
Right? Speaking of.
Oh, I got it, homie. I got it. Big on.
Cool. It was perfect timing. Yeah,
it really was.
But Gravediggers were sort of like a miraculous wake-up sort of dealio, and I don't think they love the idea that somebody else has gone through the same process as them here.
I love this. Oh my
god. Keegan, you had mentioned our group name.
Yeah.
I would like to. So I've been doing research here on the side.
Hell yeah.
So I think I've worked up something, but we can play with it. So, first I was like, what's a group of earwigs called? There's not like a technical term. There's things like they form swarms or clusters, but somebody did suggest that you could use the word pride, which I think is wonderfully ironic.
A pride of earwigs.
Yeah. And then I also looked up like hacker groups, like kind of like trying to figure out what the vibes is there. And then also I was pulling from
My
like
condolences.
I also
Jesus.
did like the cowboy like groups, like what like the gangs of cowboys
I'm so
refer
interested in seeing how this
themselves.
all
Your
comes
brain is
together.
amazing.
So because I felt like there was enough in each of us that we could like pull something together.
Mhm.
And I can do some additional looking, but I do like the idea of it being the Dark Iron Swarm or the Dark Iron Pride, something like that.
Excuse me?
Doesn't that kick ass?
Yeah.
I know.
I've written down the Dark Iron Swarm. That's
That's
a
amazing.
I love
incredible
that.
name. I love when you all nail it
Excellent.
like in one like that. Like I was like, yeah, we're gonna set it a few years back, and then if we need to change names or change vibes between now and then, you had 10 years, things happen. And then
Oh,
it'll
for
be
sure.
like,
I love-
here's 5 of the most fire words you've ever heard. in a row.
I love that, like, in my mind, Ronnie was the one that probably made it up because it was more profitable on, like, the Fiverr to have the Dark Iron Swarm as, like, the go-to people.
Can you imagine?
And also,
though? I hired them to go to the gas station and bring me Doritos,
And they'll do it.
and they'll fucking do it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
it's crazy.
Actually, where do we feel like in the city we are? And that's a hard question. So let me break it down a little. There are sort of 3 levels to the city. There is the lower levels of the city, which are where all the rich people are. We're probably not there. There is sort of the middle city where things are a little better. Like, it's very like middle class. And then very high in the city where things are very shitty. Everything's much cheaper. Sort of what's our vibe here? Yeah, I figured you gotta ask. Cool. In that case, I feel like we're in probably like a shitty little apartment complex. When we pick this up, and I feel like Paris has shown up, and she has a like little sheet of paper on her, and she's like, "Hey guys, so the ley lines are gonna be playing this week. I really want to go." Like slides it across the table to you all.
Is this like a poster for
Yeah.
it? Or like, okay.
Sort of like an advertisement.
I think when she's like they're playing, because my understanding of the ley lines is you have to like leave the city in order to see these, correct?
The concert she's specifically talking about, yes, you'll have to leave Blister City to go to.
Yeah. I think that there's a minute where like my programming reverts to like its normal thing, and you just hear like the first line to the boot scootin' boogie, out in the country past the city limit sign, and then like I come back to myself, and I go, that's fine by me.
Pick up the paper and I'm like,
Yeah. You see the
Where
paper
is it?
talks about they are going to be playing like a once in a lifetime concert under the lights of Centauri Montes, which is sort of like the Aurora Borealis but on Mars.
Dope.
You cannot, it is a once in a lifetime, like it happens once every 100 years probably. And you all would know that the bubble that makes up Blister City blocks those lights completely. You like cannot see the outside sky from here. So if you want to be able to see this concert, you have to leave the bubble.
does it have a location? Oh, go ahead, Wassa.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is this one of those like free to enter, or is this one of those where
We
it's
have to
like we have to like look at a clock and just like go in to get tickets kind of situation?
It is free to go to anybody who can get out there.
Okay.
I think I've been saying it, the lights are Centauri Montes. I think that's actually the mountain where the concert is.
Okay, because I was gonna ask, is this a location I would know of?
Yes, it is. It is a big mountain range in.
Sick. Okay.
I skeeted about this previously, so I'm looking for it real fast.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
you did.
I did.
Blister City has an official Blue Sky account.
It
Yeah.
did.
Everybody,
Yes,
an
that's
I'll go
orange
right.
follow
account.
it.
Okay.
An orange sky god.
Oh, it's the Aurora Martis, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, God, we would all know that.
Yeah, that's my bad. I was like, I feel like the word Aurora was supposed to be there.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Make
your-
it.
Paris would really like to go to this. This has been her favorite band for as long as you all have known her.
We can get you out there. I don't see why not.
Yeah, a few things you all would know. Outside the bubble, the air, not breathable. So really how I see this going are, there are some things we are going to need to get to this concert. One, we're going to need rebreathers of some sort. We're going to need some way to breathe while we are out there watching this concert. We need some sort of vehicle to get out there. It is a good bit of traveling away from the city. For our little robot companion here, for Ronnie Kicks, we are
Is
going to
the
need
dog
some sort
still
of
here?
signal booster. It is, you are not going to be able to get a great signal without one, and it sounds like because you are not all contained in your little ball or whatever. That is a thing we will need. And then finally, we will need to sneak past security to get out of the city because President Archon has declared curfew.
Watsa, you asked if the dog is here. The dog's name is Boots. And as I do believe that anywhere I go, Boots will also need to go unless one of you guys is going to like
carry you
in this early version, kind of carry the thing that projects me. But the thing that's hard about that is that like I can't move independent from you. And Ronnie, and there's one thing that Ronnie Kicks values above anything else is his personal autonomy.
We would never make you not autonomous, Ronnie. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I can make we can make like a little dog rebreather, like a cute little like, you know.
Yeah, that's absolutely a thing you can pick up wherever you get rebreathers from.
Boots is gonna look sick as hell.
It's gonna look like one of those ravers with like the
Oh my
God.
God.
Hold on, I need to write down the list of shit that we need.
Yeah, I got it. So rebreathers, a vehicle, a signal booster, and ultimately we need a way to sneak past security.
Those are the things.
That's not hard.
I feel like for the rebreathers, I would assume that there's areas in the city where they have potentially that's something that we could steal or barter for, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh fuck yeah.
A vehicle.
We could also steal.
Yeah.
We can steal all of these things.
You could theoretically steal or barter for any of these things.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like a good. Where's the Keegan? Where's the nearest Radio Shack where I can pick up my signal booster?
You know what? I have an answer for that. I am sure. Give me 1 second.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you would know this because we've already laid out which factions you all are friends with, which is great. There is in the upper part of the city, probably not far from where you are, there's a place called Hidari's Programming. It is a messy, small-looking business with one over-caffeinated employee always at the ready. The building's small but deceptive as it dives down deeper below it. It goes a little bit further below than it looks like it is. And they sell coffee here, they sell basic computing supplies, and eventually this will be the home of the Uplifters, who we talked about earlier.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all, I think if we might head down to Hidari's Programming, we might be able to give me one of them fancy signal boosters. Give me a little bit more wide open spaces. That's back to regular voice. Sorry about that. Something caught in my throat.
Yeah, you all head over here to Hidari's. This is one of the highest locations in the city. It is not quite the highest location, but it is It is, and Wasi, you'll have heard this before. It's cold here. Um, it's cold, and you're very high in the city, so the air here is already pretty thin.
Oh my gosh. Look,
Um,
I feel that Simon is like the beaniest, poliest person with like the most hunched thing, and is like in one of those like puffy jackets that just makes them look like a penguin as they are walking.
This is so cute.
hell yeah.
What does? Can we get a more descriptor on Earwig? I know he's our rat
Yeah,
king.
yeah.
I guess pronouns for everybody.
Oh
too.
yeah, that's a good idea. Wasa, do you want to finish your full description of what Simon's whole vibe is?
Okay, Simon's whole vibe is probably I just got off work, so I'm wearing something that is definitely not ironed and should have been, like white button up, but like at the moment you can't see it because big puffer jacket, skinny rat jeans, and like the equivalent of like this world's Doc Martens that have been with Simon for like since the feet stopped growing kind of situation. Has definitely, because was at work, removed the piercings, and they're like jingle jangling in like a little like bag that is on their belt. And he, they, I believe, would probably be their pronouns. I'm going to attempt in this stream to be slightly British because I've only been listening to British punk for like the last 2 days, trying to,
and that's on prep.
Get into that's my prep, was like, I need to clean the house. Oh, I'm just gonna listen to this punk playlist. But that's Simon.
Hell yeah.
I'm obsessed. Because I'm gonna do a Jersey accent, y'all. We're all gonna be doing accents. This is clownery. Yes. This is gonna be the clown stream. I want you to think Junkrat from Overwatch. Mm-hmm. I want you to think like that guy you meet at the punk show that you're like, this is just sort of you, huh? This isn't like your
wow, some of us really live like that or whatever.
Yeah, you're like, wow, you really live like this, bitch. Like,
damn.
That's the energy. He, they, it is like the vibe. And just, yeah, kind of scrunkily, kind of like layered in a way that's always changing, because you got to have a lot of pockets. You got to have a lot of pockets for stuff.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of pockets, things that maybe you don't want, maybe you do want, but they will come out of the pockets for you.
There is an actual human person that I went to high school with who you are describing in a real way. And like just this teeny tiny little guy with like these massive pants. And like, I shit you not, one time we were out and about and we go, anybody have some duct tape? And he pulled a full ass roll of duct tape out of his like pants pocket.
And he
like
goes by a name that's not his. It's like an animal. It's like mongoose or skunk or something.
Like, truly we called them pockets because of it.
Oh,
like,
I was so
not
close.
kidding.
I was like,
You did really good.
It's an oh God. Yeah, that's it. That's who it is. That's
like full hammers. Like what the fuck?
You're not sure how it happens. And it's
Mhm.
never the same arrangement of the things in the pockets. It's always changing, but there are things in the pockets. That's Earwig.
Excellent.
I used to work with a guy named Greg, who was this guy, and he was very into Adam and his package.
Glad this resonates. I'm so glad this resonates in a real way.
Yeah,
We've all known this guy.
We all know this guy.
That's it.
It's just Greg. I mean, I shared the picture, but I think like the way, like, it is a projection out into, so there is some element of like him trying to blend in a little bit, but I like to think that like his outline, for whatever reason, like cannot be repressed. And so Ronnie does always have that little bit of like the white glow around his hat. Like, and it's just like, it's he tries to keep it cool, but it's just really hard. Like he's not sure how to like make it stop. Like it's so deeply embedded in his programming. But he is, I would say he's like on the taller end, like shaped like really wide shoulders, and pretty thin. The Wrangler like cowboy cut jeans with the brown cowboy boots, the white like leather gloves with the fancy embroidery on the back, and he does always have a lit cigarette in his mouth. He does like gesture with it a lot, but you've never ever seen him light a new one. Like it's just perpetually the same. You've seen him take long draws and all of that stuff, but the cigarette never changes. It's always like the same exact way.
Is there smoke when you exhale? Like, is there
Like a
actual like
digital
digital smoke?
Yes, but it's the like you know on like neon signs how it like goes like the
Yes.
it's that like that kind of like spirals out
Thank
in a way.
God. That's amazing. Oh my
Um,
God.
Yeah, among your friends, Paris uses she, her, and Brick uses he, him.
Hey,
Nice and easy. Cool. Yeah, we get over to. Hey guys, we were trying to get somewhere.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we're Hidari's
Got over to
programming.
Hidari's.
Oh, yeah. Forgot.
And you all come into this little coffee shop / computer repair shop. And there's just like a board looking. It's just like a virtual intelligence behind the screen, just like a computer monitor with like a smiling face on it. Hi.
All right, let's
Howdy.
get this over with.
Actually, you know, Simon, you bring up a valid point. Seems more your occupational persuasion. Perhaps you could engage to get me one of them there signal boosters.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. And I will go over to the virtual assistant. Is this like a conversation virtual assistant or a
It tries to
like?
be.
Okay, okay, all right.
Oh.
I feel like Simon in his pocket probably has something that helps translate to just like
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
and just like hooks it up like USB C to micro USB because this is probably like the older version.
Yeah, quick, do you have a dice on you? Any dice will do.
Now. All right. What do we?
I love how fast and loose we're playing. Any dice will do.
This is a
I can
luck
guess. Any dice will do. Ugh.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a d20. I got an 18
Okay, cool.
on the 20.
Yeah, I think you go to plug in this little translator thing, and it's very quickly apparent to you that this machine is much smarter than it looks like. It is playing dumb for your sake.
All right. It's one of those. It's one of those. Okay. Hey, listen, we're trying to get a signal booster here. I just need this make and model, and then like I'll just like type it up just so that it's like a faster way to communicate the serial number of the signal booster that I'm guessing. I feel like I know what Roddy Kick's compatibility with technology is.
You haven't memorized the serial number? I love
100%.
this. What a certain kind of person. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I'll say I think Hidari here is impressed with you knowing the stuff, and it is going to slide. You'll see like a little like tiny hand, like a little robot hand, reach behind the counter, and it picks up a few energy drinks and sits them on the counter, and then there's just a signal booster next to them, and it just slides them across the table to you all.
This is like a love language to Simon, like energy drinks. I was like, before we were here, I was like, how are we going to barter? And I was like, oh my God, Simon is going to hand the recipe for like the Nurse's Grace, which is like I think in South Australia, there is like a coffee drink that is like 7 to 12 like shots of coffee or something, but it's like nurses drink it and they use it to just go through the entire day. It's a thing that exists. I think it's in South Australia. But that was what I was trying to go for.
Perfect.
But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's amazing. Cheers.
Fantastic. If so, we've retrieved the signal booster.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like
there's a little sticker on the back that says like rental.
mm,
He will want the signal booster back eventually.
okay.
We'll see.
I think once we get we take it and kind of get it plugged into Ronnie the way that it I imagine it's just like a little micro SD or something that clicks into his little console. But in the actual visualization of Ronnie, he suddenly has a massive belt buckle that is
Boink.
has bing bing bing. It's glowing, and has a little animation of the a wave sort of a thing.
Yeah. I think, Ronnie, as you plug it in, you feel yourself connect to a few more satellites than you previously had access to, and it's going to be what gives you the additional range from the city.
Gotcha.
You have a sat
Ronnie,
phone now.
the second that we're out of the store and leaving, Ronnie's going to turn to y'all. I need to square up with y'all. I'm not giving this back.
Oh. Oh no.
So,
You should no, that's
he
ridiculous.
taps the belt buckle and goes, This is too nice.
No, we just can peel the rental sticker off what are they gonna do? Come after us? Did they even take your name, Simon?
It's all right. I think that look, I'll handle it. We'll
You'll handle it.
it's a serial number. It all looks to a warehouse. I'll work something out. It'll probably in my mind it's oh yeah, this is going to go into a lost piece in the grand scheme of stock.
I now have on my notes signal booster not returned.
Yeah, 100%. The second that you were oh, Ronnie feels even more open and out there, and absolutely not. He is not giving that up, not for anything.
Pry it out of his cold neon hands.
Yeah, he kind of hovers his hand around a hip, and suddenly this ridiculous looking neon pistol emerges there as if he's gonna do some shit.
Yeah, so that's going to knock out the signal booster at least. We still need a vehicle and a rebreather.
Okay.
And if you'll give me the font of person or thing you're trying to do, I will find you appropriate people to speak to.
Earwig, I feel like you spend a lot of time in places where people shouldn't be breathing.
I mean, they technically can. It's just kind of hard, but yes, okay.
Yeah.
But I do know where to get rebreathers. Yes.
Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
you'd be for that one.
Yeah. I could probably make a little doggy one too. Kind of Ruffles Boots is.
Yeah, Boots is a very good boy, and his he kind of it's you get a good spot, and he starts scratching extra. Boots is everything to us.
We'll get a little matching doggy one. It'll be so cute. Never seen a dog out there, but I don't know. But so yeah, I imagine I either have the hookup or I know where parts are to make these things.
Yeah,
that is up to you.
Either of those things sounds great to me. But let's say you know the person so we can mess with some factions some more.
We love it. Yes, let's do it.
Cool. So let's see. I'm opening the faction page. Yeah, I'd say people who would likely have these that you might know are the Children of the Red Sands. They are people who they're the survivors from the other cities who made their way back to Ambition when everything went down. Who very much are I don't know how much your character's aware of this, but are very much one-man war against the city. They're things can be better. We could make them better. And everyone's no, I don't know that we could.
I feel I'm vaguely aware, and I'm just that's not my problem. Sounds like a fun hobby for you.
Yeah, they have mall sort of in the middle of the city. It used to be a big mall. It was called the Heart of the City.
Oh my God.
It used to be a big mall, and they have just taken it over. They've declared it's theirs. All of their shops have been turned into apartments and housing.
I love this. Oh my god. We're gonna go to the mall, guys. We're gonna go to the mall.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we head down to the middle of the city. And this is a big building located directly in the center of Blister City, both vertically and horizontally. The outside of the building was clearly covered in hollow ads at some point, but since the Red Sands residency, they've largely been torn down, and you can still see scars in the concrete from where the projectors had been. The location itself was once a mall that had been repurposed as the center of operations. Inside the building is a mix of planning and staging halls, large communal rooms, and war machines of various sizes. Despite the population density here, the building is always cleaner than you might expect.
Fascinating. Probably the grimiest thing in here, but that's fine. They've seen me before.
Yeah, I think you're, in fact, absolutely the grimiest thing here. I think we go sort of from like outside the building, like pretty dirty, gross, and you walk inside it, it is perfectly clean.
Just probably tracking something on my boots. God knows what. Don't worry. It's vaguely dirt. So I'm just like ushering you along, and I'm like, okay, so we need counting people. 1, 2, 3. And I stop at Brick, and I think. Okay, okay. So we need. You don't need one, Ronnie. The dog needs one. Okay. And you got to recount. And I keep going and lead you to wherever my hookup is.
Yeah, I think it's probably like, I think the fun thing with this location is all of these places used to be buildings in like an actual mall.
So what is this, like the Rainforest Cafe or something?
Oh god, Rainforest Cafe is the right call. I was like,
Yes.
I can't think of the right thing for it to be, but it is in fact the Rainforest Cafe. You will all walk through this mall to I mean, it's a Rainforest Cafe. I don't have to explain what that looks like.
We don't know what that is.
And this is where your hookup here, who just goes by the name Gorilla. Gorilla is here, and he is. That's the best part about this mall is I just name everyone something related to the store they're in, and it makes naming NPCs really easy.
So good.
Yeah, this is Gorilla though. He's your hookup here.
All right. Skipping the pleasantries because we kind of got a time limit. Hold on. I got to recount. Me, you, and a 4 and a dog for rebreathers. You got dog rebreathers? I can refit it.
Do I got dog rebreathers? Of course I do.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know what you do. I've never had a dog.
He turns around. He like moves a giant leaf out of the way and starts rifling through some stuff. And he's digging through it for a second, and he pulls them out, and he sits them on the tree stump in front of you. And he doesn't quite slide them over yet. He's like, so you know the deal. I give you the rebreathers, you do a thing for me.
All right. What is it?
Look, we can settle this later.
No. No. I did that one time, and you fucked me over, and I'm not doing it again.
How did he fuck you over?
I think it was just a much harder job than Earwig had thought, and he probably couldn't go find it in the trash and had to like go to a nicer part of the city to go get a thing.
Yeah.
And it really pissed him off.
He's like, no, I understand. Harder task than you wanted. This one's easy for you. And he pulls another thing out. It looks to be like a little tracking device, and he slides it across the table. He's like, I just need you to put this somewhere for me. Don't ask questions. We're just going to put it down and then walk away.
Okay, it's not like on a person. Is it like not like on a guy or anything? Because that's like
Define a guy.
Like a thing that could get mad at me if I just like slap this on their ass or something. Like that's not.
No, you're not going to put it directly on a guy. It might just go on his car.
Okay, I can do a car.
Of course. Asses? No way.
No. I'm not gonna touch someone, but like I can, I don't know, cut their brake lines. Do you just want a tracker on it? Like what?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, easy. He's like, so, and he like writes down a license plate number and slides it across the table to you. He's like, and you're just gonna put it on the car and then you're gonna leave it.
All right.
You don't have to know what happens next.
You know what? Not my fucking problem. All right. This is in front of all of you. So
I haven't, like, the minute I saw the tracking device, I'd put on headphones. Like,
Simon. Oh my god.
Yeah, and you see, I think as you all are in here, Brick looks familiar with these people in a way that I don't think you would expect.
Look over at Brick. Are you also somebody do you like junk? Do you need, is that like a thing you do?
I bought some things from time to time.
This is a conversation open to Brick. I'm trying to get to know you like a person.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing. There's nothing going on in this man's head.
so his name is Brick for that reason.
I just look over at Paris. I'm just like,
Paris is beaming. She looks overjoyed with this.
all right.
I think like when this is happening, Ronnie's gonna kind of lean over to Simon and just, I don't know what he sees in or what she sees in him, and I'm essentially see-through. So I feel like
Let's see here. Brick's. It's like taking Simon a while. Because I think Simon was like gonna say like Brick's tall, but I feel that Simon is taller. So
Oh,
yeah, I was
absolutely.
gonna say for sure.
Brick is extremely average sized.
The most average man.
The most average man.
you know,
He's
I think that
young.
some people just want to settle with something manageable. You know, something that manageable.
Say what you want about
Just-
Brick, but there's no surprises.
Ronnie takes just a long drag from his cigarette, and you watch as the little like doots kind of like go out.
I do love the idea
as-
that they make that noise.
Yeah, as he exhales, just like the stuff like.
Doot, 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 doot.
And he just goes. I mean, humanity continues to surprise. Not him
Except
though. He's boring as fuck.
Okay,
Is it that we just don't like Brick because Brick's boring? In like we're all
That's
like,
actually the problem.
I think we're discovering Brick's maybe not the problem.
I think what it is that like Paris is like very vibrant and like interesting and like wants to escape the city. Like the picture that I have painted is that she's just like a very filled with life kind of person.
Mhm.
And then there's Brick, who refuses, like he just like doesn't engage. Like he's not done anything like wrong, but he's not done anything right either.
it's like, oh, how's your day? Good.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, this is riveting conversation.
Yeah,
Thank
exactly.
you, Brick. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Brick.
Thank you for that.
You ask Brick, how's work going? And he says, it's a living.
Oh no,
Gilbert cartoon ass.
I'm Brick. Oh no.
Just aiming directly for everybody in this.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like
uh,
I just in my mind played back like 6 conversations I had like on Friday with my co-workers. Just is.
it's
Rip.
Every time anyone at work asks me how it is, I say it's Thursday.
Yeah.
The correct response. The only correct
Yeah,
response.
it'll be like, are you doing good? It's Wednesday.
They can't ever argue with it.
Yeah, they're always
It
like,
sure is
"Damn."
a Wednesday.
That is the fact today, is that it's Wednesday. But yeah, with the tracker and like the license plate number, he also gives you like a general idea of where this car is, which is to say
Thank
it is
God.
in the lower districts of the city.
Oh, God damn it. I knew you were going to send me somewhere stupid. Okay.
You know, if you're trying to leave the city, you got to go down there anyway.
Okay. Oh, maybe we could. We can't steal a car and put in a tracker on. That's stupid. No, don't
I
listen
mean,
to
we
me.
could steal the car and put it on after.
I'm a little worried about what they're gonna do to the car. Is really sort of my whole thing.
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
Yeah, that's the problem. We shouldn't get in that car. I'm just
Okay.
saying. I know
All
I
that's
right.
wouldn't get in the
alright.
car.
get in the car. I'm like,
I mean, we're at a mall, right? Or an abandoned mall, sort of.
we're
a
at a
thing.
mall.
It was a mall
Um,
once.
It was a mall once. I feel like we've kind of gotten what we need to get, and now it's just a matter of like getting out and doing it sneaky wise.
We need a vehicle to go out.
Mhm.
Do we know if there's any rules about vehicles going out? Like, or do they throw out vehicles like trash vehicles?
They
Like,
don't.
if we were to buy a shit box and then get like a car battery with us and then put that in the shit box when it's outside and then drive it.
I get where we're going. Right now, especially because they are trying to get people to not go out of the city. They're like, hey, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna fucking die for this concert. Like, do not go out there. They are like really nobody goes out. You would know there's a few exceptions. There's a few people who pretty regularly get out of the city. There is I think probably most notably as we sort of go down the city, there's like a tour company where you can go hop in a tour vehicle and explore some of the dead cities around.
Like rich people shit. Like
It's absolutely rich people going up to Mount Everest and being like, look at all these corpses.
I paid more than like a person makes in a year to have this experience.
Yeah, and they'll just like
To
point at
look at a
a
corpse.
dead body and be like, that's the guy in the blue parka. That shows that we're halfway up the mountain. I'm not making this up, everybody.
Yeah, it's
No,
a
I
real
know.
thing. It's horrific.
It's horrific. It is very that though. They're called Mars tours in all caps. But they have like a special deal to get out of the city, and a lot of that is that they have the money to pay to get out of the city when they want. There's them up like up the top of the city. There's also some like vaguely sky pirates, we would call them, who have found a few ways to like sort of open up the bubble temporarily and get like flying vehicles out.
Okay. So I'm seeing we either do the battery plan if there's potentially vehicles out there, we sneak onto a tour, or we sneak onto a pirate ship. That sounds like the options.
Do they do like tour routes where, you know, the drivers are like in training, like bus drivers when they're in training, they get
That's such a great question that I have to answer yes. Like there's no way the answer to that's no.
Right.
Okay, because I was wondering whether or not we could be like someone could be like in training to be a tour bus driver,
Oh my god.
and then we get everyone in, like you know how like the buses there's like the hatch where you can put all your shit. Yeah, that.
Yes.
Yeah. We get
Yeah.
in the hatch.
Yeah, we get in the hatch if we have to, unless like it's like I have got this, I'm responsible, and don't worry, like that camera is going to definitely be looking at us, and we're not definitely going to emulate Speed the movie, and have like
Oh my god.
Excellent.
That's amazing.
that's Simon's pitch. If we can do that.
Yes.
Does Paris have any preference on like flying versus driving? Like, I mean, we're kind of doing this for her, so I feel
Yeah.
like
She is just down for the road trip. Whichever way we go. If the road is
She
in
must
the
be
air, she's
so
cool with that.
jazzed. She's so jazzed that we are committing so much crime to get her to this gig.
Yeah, she's like, now that I think about it, I do have a friend who has a car. I don't know how we would get it out.
what do you mean?
Like, I have a friend who owns a car.
That's not the part that was concerning there, Miss Paris. I was talking about what do you mean when you say get it out?
Oh, I can get it out of the bubble.
Oh.
Like, if getting a vehicle is the hard part, I could do that.
Yeah.
Because we have to sneak past the security bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
Private tour.
I mean, Paris, I think you could really pass for like some sort of fancy rich
could.
person.
I could.
Exactly. And this fucking Yahoo over here, he won't say anything stupid. He won't say anything. So like you two could be on some sort of private tour of Mars, just sort of like.
Yeah.
Ronnie would pitch, maybe it's this is what I'm picturing in my mind. Ronnie is the automated like tour guide. It's like a new endeavor where it's
Yes.
like the Wild West of Mars sort of a thing. Sorry, Kelby is actively moving my
I was like, your
monitor.
camera's just bouncing.
Yeah,
You're on the tour already.
Kelby loves
Yeah.
hair ties. It's the only thing she cares about, but she'll bring them and put them under my keyboard and then proceed to like rearrange everything to try and get the thing that she hid from herself. It's great.
Of course.
But yeah, like if we can get a vehicle, Ronnie's contribution will be to be a Western wild west of Mars.
Yeah, she says her friends work like in the lower district, so we could knock out getting a car and planting the tracking
tracker.
device at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So we'll sort of bounce through this pretty quick. For putting on the tracking device, you're told to go to the judicial district, which is if Blister City were to become like a real recognized governmental power like they wanted to, this is where it would have been. So it's a bunch of like Martian marble buildings. This is, like the president lives down here.
Oh my God, I'm gonna kill a politician.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
And there's just a car parked in front of the Ambition City Judicial Center with the license plate. You don't know whose it is.
Not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna try to be as casual as possible. Pretend I dropped something by the car.
Yeah, like fall into it a little bit.
Fall into it. Pretend I dropped something. I'm looking and pop it under there.
Yeah, you get away with this scot-free.
You're not gonna make me roll for it?
I'm not gonna make you roll for it. I'm just gonna mark the faction down, and in the 10 years between now and next session, they will have an opinion on the thing you did, but you don't get to know what it is right now.
Oh my God. There are consequences for our actions, absolutely.
And if you look at the character sheet, you'll see I hit a -1 on the faction Ambition's hand.
Cool.
Huh.
So we don't have to worry about that too much.
It's fine.
Scot-free is what Keegan said, Amanda. You're correct.
I don't believe those are the words I said.
Those are... Play it back, everybody. Play back the tape for the rest of the court.
Yeah, I think as we keep going through, we head past this district and we head over to... I have so many windows open. I love having so many windows open.
Afterlife.
We head over to the Spaceport District, which is where a bunch of these like car places all sort of are, because it's the easiest way to get on and off in and out of the city. And you will head to sort of like a shitty little warehouse in the corner of this district. And Paris introduces you to her friends, Erica and Erica. It is two girls. One spelled E-R-I-C-A, the other is E-R-I-K-A. One is a prep and one is a goth. They are the direction you would expect them to be.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, they're beautiful.
Which is to say, of course, goth Erica has a K.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
Every time I've done this bit, everybody's known exactly who it is.
Yes, we know exactly what it's so. The vibes are right.
And they're just sitting on the other side of a counter, and as Paris comes in, they're like, "Oh, hey, Paris," and she sort of introduces you. They used to work for Mars Tours, is what she tells you, and they have a car now.
Do I need to get 2 more rebreathers for you two? Like, you coming with us?
Oh, we have those.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Can we come with you though?
And you're giving us a car. Is there room? We can, like,
They sort of look the car over and they're like, there could be room.
I think that, listen, I can be in a floorboard.
Sorry, Brick.
Brick's like, hey, that's not nice.
Come
they're like,
on.
I don't know that there's room in this car, but you know, my boss, he has a bigger car.
Are we stealing your boss's car?
I mean, like, what's he gonna do? Fire us?
Is that
Probably.
not
Like,
how
we can
jobs-
get a
all-
new job though.
I mean,
Do we see the car, the bigger car?
Yeah, you're in front of like a shitty little SUV right now, and she like hits a button on the counter in front of her, and like a wall rolls up, and there's just like a limo there.
Oh hell yeah!
So like we could take his car.
I think this would work probably a bit better.
yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, like, if you're cool with getting fired, I don't like.
I mean, we're only fired if he finds out, and like, is he gonna come down here and see if we're doing our job? No, he never does.
All right. And, like, if you don't want him to find out, and if you don't care about his well-being, I know a guy.
Like a murder guy? Are you trying to tell me I should murder my boss?
I think what
Oh my
Earwig was
god, Paris,
trying
you introduced me to the
convey-
best people. Paris would have done. She's like, they're good eggs.
What is Brick wearing?
What is
So
Brick
important.
wearing? God, I really want to just make this answer as boring as possible. It's like a white T-shirt and like a pair of jeans.
Yeah, Ronnie kind of looks at him and goes, "Yeah, of course, useless." I want to try. What I'm trying to do is we've got this limo or whatever. Ronnie really wants to kick it up a notch. He's trying to find like a physical something that he can make into like a cowboy hat to put on the limo to sell the cowboy tour bit. And like,
I have nonsense in my pockets.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
I
This
have
is true.
trash on me at all times. If
Um,
you're cool with it being a trash thing.
Yeah. Ronnie's gonna look at the Ericas and go, "Y'all got some boxes or broken down something?"
yeah. We're in a
Around here.
warehouse.
Yeah, I figure. Can I help myself to? Can me and my associate here help ourselves to some trash?
Absolutely, you can.
Awesome.
They're not even gonna
Eyes
ask
line
what you're
up.
doing to their boss's car.
Yeah. B, I want us to build like a giant cardboard cowboy hat.
Yes.
And I feel like most of the work is going to be like on your corporal form. But Ronnie is
Gonna point at
absolutely
things
going to.
and say things.
He's going to be, and well, and also like, now see what you're going to want to do here. Like your mind's going to tell you that this is the right course of action. And I'm here to tell you that is not correct. You are going
Okay.
to want to hold it this way. And as he's saying that, you know intrinsically that this is not true. That if you
Oh.
follow his instructions, you will get seriously injured.
Hey, B,
Yeah.
roll me a dice. Let's see how good this hat is.
Oh my
I do
god.
want you to know he pulls a roll of duct tape out of his pocket.
Hell yeah, he
Of
does.
course he does.
Fuck yes.
D20 and I got a 2. This is the shittiest
It's
cowboy
the
hat you've
worst
ever
fucking hat.
seen.
This goes the way we imagined it went when Sarah started explaining the instructions Ronnie Kicks gives the whole time. And I think you will finish it, and it does. I do think it looks more sombrero than
That's fine.
cowboy hat.
hmm That's fine.
I think the Ericas
Do we
are
need
like,
to look the bit, but as well, like Simon will happily be the driver if that means the least amount of interaction with Brick.
here's a question for you all: have any of you driven a car before?
I think
For sure, Ronnie has not.
Yes.
I
Okay.
probably have.
Cool. At least one of us.
Do you think Earwig can drive?
I think B, let me put it this way.
Sometimes I have
think
to ask a question to which the answer is no.
I think that Earwig absolutely can drive a car. The qualifier would be
Theoretically.
not very well.
Will we get
It's
there?
just
Maybe.
pressing. It's
Yeah.
just pressing pedals and
Should Earwig drive a car?
other questions.
Probably not.
Not with living human beings in it.
Yeah, I think as you all are preparing this, the Ericas are over at their little console, and they like print out a little thing and they hand it to you. And I'm like, this is all my boss's credentials, so it looks like we should be able to just like go through the gate. It'll like charge his card or whatever.
Oh my god, yes.
So we really are gonna have to kill this guy, huh? He's gonna find out.
That was your plan, right?
Oh, you're really down. Okay. Fuck. All right. Woo. Guess I don't know. Gorilla owes me one, probably. Nah, I'll do another thing for him.
I was saying, Gorilla's absolutely going to tell you no if you.
Yeah. I'll do another thing for him. It's fine.
Damn.
Cool. I'm gonna mark a -1 on another faction. Really quick.
Damn.
We are doing so good, y'all.
I mean, we
This
should have
is
a lot of
amazing.
factions that don't like us.
Yes.
That's the
I think
vibe.
the challenge is a -1 on every faction, I feel.
Yes.
That's the real Blister City experience. Is everybody hates you,
Accepted. We're doing this.
except for maybe one person who loves you and thinks you can do no wrong.
We got to pick one now, guys.
Yeah, we got to pick one now.
It'll end up being Hidari. I can feel it. Yeah, you all get a -1 with the diamonds. They are a sort of lower city gang of rich socialites who are just sort of
Fair.
doing violence
Fair.
for violence sake. They all wear like stupid little masks.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
hate
God.
them.
They see
That's
themselves as
embarrassing.
Batman.
The feeling is
Embarrassing.
mutual.
in the way
Yeah.
that like Batman is a rich guy who beats people up. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. Absolute humiliation. Hate them already.
Hate them so. We hate them so much.
Yeah,
It's
eventually,
rich people with masks. Oh,
eventually, when it is found out what you did to this guy's car, whether or not he dies, the faction's not going to be happy about it.
They hate cardboard hats.
They hate the idea that you took his car out of the. They hate the
Oh,
idea
that's
that you
true.
all were having a good time on their dime.
But
Let's
I
be
also
really
love-
specific.
I kind of love the idea of like we've duct taped this shitty cardboard sombrero, and like that's absolutely gonna fuck up the
is
paint.
there
Oh,
spray paint? Is there spray paint? Can we do like a yeehaw on the limousine?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
You know I have spray paint. I always have spray paint.
Incredible.
All right.
Yeah,
Who wants
we-
to yeehaw the limousine? Who has the best
I'd
/ worst
I'd like
calligraphy?
to think that we entrust that to Boots.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Sarah, roll me 2 dice and give me the lower number.
Boots,
I
you've
love
got,
Boots.
this
I
is a
love
team
Boots.
effort, Boots. You've got to write a yeehaw. It's very
All right.
easy.
The lower number is a 6 on a d20.
It is surprisingly good. Let's be
A
honest.
dog
dog?
through it.
That's
Damn.
amazing.
It is astonishingly good. This is a well-trained dog.
Boots is everything to me.
I do love Boots.
I
Me
don't
too.
know. I don't know Boots' story. I don't know where Boots came from.
We've not
but
asked a single question about this dog.
but we
and
have
I never
accepted
will.
this like essentially like highly trained dog.
Are we sure it's a dog?
I kind of love that we don't know.
It was like a Scooby situation. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
There is a thing, like there is a place in the lower city where you can get like sort of like genetically modified dogs and cats and panthers, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, we added a bunch of bullshit to this one's brains. It's unclear if Boots is that or not.
Yeah.
Boots could just be like, you know, he'll live 3,000 years and he has a titanium brain,
yeah, this could be some sort of.
but he could
You
also
know,
just be a golden
demigod.
retriever. Like, who knows?
Mhm.
Who knows?
I
You
agree,
don't know.
Strixoid. We simply accept Boots.
We
Correct.
accept Boots where he is right now.
Mhm, mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
Yeah, I think we have everything we need. We have the vehicle, we have the rebreather, we have the signal booster. for better or worse, we have a way out of the city.
I thought for sure you were gonna say for better or worse we have Brick.
For better or worse, Brick is also here.
Brick is in attendance.
He's here.
Yeah. Anything else you all need before we leave the city?
Do we need costumes? Does our heiress need to dress the bit?
Right.
That's a great question. Is there anything that Paris wants besides like going? Because we now have the Ericas as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great question. Is there a costume in this?
Yeah, because it's the one night only
Mhm.
Is
raid.
this like a
Are we doing a Coachella sort of thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
exactly?
And I think Paris is like looking at the car, and she's not saying anything about the sombrero on it. She is nodding her head. And she's like,
She's
"We have to get
nice.
cowboy costumes."
Ronnie just goes ha ha ha.
Ronnie, we can dress you up too. Ronnie, let's get you a bigger belt buckle.
Ronnie does like one of those little jumps and clicks his heels, and suddenly like his jacket has like the fringe on it. You know what I mean? Like he goes like from like the like gold to like a silver light. His clothes all turn black with like white embroidery kind of a thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, incredible. We we love Ronnie's quick change.
Damn.
Yeah, Paris and the Ericas are gonna go do some shopping for the group.
Oh
and
god.
I think as we right before we head out to the city, they're running late. They're like sprinting to the car, just like arms full of costumes.
God.
Paris is like, I didn't know what to buy, so I bought everything.
Thank you.
Brick is wearing the exact same thing. He just has a hat on now.
Rick, I swear to God.
He didn't even change his belt. Oh, mate.
Was I supposed to change it?
I'm gonna like, I don't know. I'm gonna do something about this. I'm gonna spray paint your shirt or something.
Yeah, we get in the car together and we head out. It's gonna be because you have the Erica's boss's credit card information and all of the shit attached to his car. I think you're able to just leave the city. I don't think it is going to be wildly difficult to do. Like I said, the faction got marked down for it, but like that's great. We're creating problems for 10 years from now.
Yay!
And I think you all are able to head out. It is a few hours drive, I think. And in that time, Paris is redressing Brick for you all.
Thank you.
Red plaid was sort of a planned costume thing.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
It started out as a bit, and much. I feel like that's kind of the story of this group. It started out as a bit, and then eventually just became a part of who we are as people.
I had one on earlier, but it's very hot up here, so I took it off.
Yeah.
I just want it on record for people tuning in late. I had red plaid on too.
Yes. They were on theme. We
Thank you.
swear.
We were on theme.
My pants are red plaid, but you can't see them.
We just have to believe in our hearts.
I do believe in my heart.
Yeah, you all head out. It's a pretty actually who's Wasa, you're driving, right?
Yes.
Simon Says is driving.
Simon says we're going to the party.
Simon says we're going to the party.
Simon says, "Stop."
Simon, do you want to roll me another dice real quick?
Okay.
I love this game where we're just rolling a random dice.
We're just rolling a random dice. I rolled a 14.
Okay, I assume on a d20.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you drive
On a D14. Sorry.
on a d100 actually. I was hoping you didn't ask. Yeah, you're able to drive everyone out to I wrote it down. Centauri Montes. It's a like series of small mountains on the surface of Mars. It's a few hours drive from where you are, but you all managed to convince Brick is like, "Oh, I guess if we're in the car, I'll he's decided he's going to sit passenger seat." And he's like, "Oh, I'm passenger, so that means I have to DJ, right?"
I look over at you guys with like the biggest help me like look ever. I'm like, oh sorry, I think that the radio's broken.
And I think the Ericas in the back seat are like, "Oh, actually, we got it." And they begin DJing instead. they are.
Oh,
Thank
They
God.
have taken the controls. They saw the vibe happening here, and they were like, "Oh no, Brick is not getting control of the."
They went shopping with Brick, and Brick was like, "Why don't we all wear white t-shirts?"
That absolutely happened. I think Goth Erica too was like, it's the first time she's spoken, and she just said no. We won't be doing that, Brick.
Absolutely not.
No.
Yeah, you'll hear this story from them later. But Paris was like, "No, we could do it," and the Erica shut that one down.
Paris, stop humoring him.
Paris is like, I thought if it was interesting to him, it was interesting to me. He gets interested in things so infrequently, you know?
I mean,
Ronnie makes a throw up sound, just like,
The dog actually vomits on the...
oh my God.
yeah.
Not our problem. Do you even like listen to music, Brick? Like, is that like
Brick, what is your preferred genre?
Don't
Yeah.
ask him questions he doesn't have the answer to.
I really like musicals.
oh.
Name one.
He does. Keegan doesn't know the name of it, but Brick does.
Is it a boring one?
Oh, absolutely. It's like a Hamilton. It's like, oh,
I
this
knew
is the
you were
thing-
gonna say that as
This is the
soon
thing
as
all of us were listening to 5 years ago. And Brick's like very excited about it. Brick's like, the room where it happened or whatever.
yeah, that's I'm glad you had an answer. That's
Thanks.
Yeah, I was quite frankly putting my money on I like listening to music being the end of that conversation.
This is unrelated, but in real life, I had a new coworker once, and we asked her, like, "Oh, we're listening to music all day. Like, what sort of music are you into?" And it is in the middle of July. She said, "I really like Christmas music." And I think about Susan. If you're watching this, I think about you every day.
that's
you
really
every single day of my
powerful.
life, because everybody else in the room looked at each other and went, and I went, "Christmas music?" She's like, "Yeah, I think it's really good." And somebody else went, "Okay, we're not going to be listening to that." No.
Amazing.
Susan, you're amazing.
Susan's being true to herself, and that's what
Yes.
we
Look,
appreciate.
If Brick had said Christmas music, that would have been a full 180 kind of
Yeah,
situation.
Brick couldn't say it, but it is what I was thinking when you cool. Yeah, the Ericas have good taste. Like I said, they
Thank
DJ
God,
you
thank
all the
God.
rest of the way there. And I think we'll start moving pretty quick here. You all get out. It's a great concert. You all have a good time. I think during the concert at some point, Paris pulls you all aside. It's like, "Hey guys, thanks so much for making this work."
Yeah.
Of course.
I've been sick, and I think this might be my last time to see the band, and just it means a lot to me that you all brought me.
I don't think this doesn't have to be your last time to see him. I mean, how often do they play? Like,
And she looks up at I think the Mars aurora happening in the sky above. She's just sort of like, I think maybe in this setting this will be the only time I could see him. But thanks. And look, I know you all don't like Brick, but thank you.
it's not that we don't like him.
I don't like him. I whatever bullshit Earwig's about to say, I do not co-sign. I do not take kindly to being wrapped up in there. I like you, Paris, and I'm glad that we could be here and make this special for you. All right, I think that's fine. but Earwig's about to say some bullshit. I want no part of it.
I do think Paris laughs at this. I think Paris laughs a lot at this.
Sorry, Earwig. It's just your little hand starts twitching like that. When I know your hand starts twitching like that, I know about to say some bullshit.
God damn it, Ronnie. I'm just trying to be nice. Just hate's a strong word, or dislike is a strong word. Did we say hate? I don't know. I think that I'm just glad he makes you happy. I don't know why. I can't understand it, but I also don't understand a lot of things. So, you know, we're glad he makes you happy.
Yeah, if anything happens to me, will you take care of him?
Like he's a dog?
Like he's a dog.
But listen here, Boots can look after himself practically.
Yeah, and
so
Brick
we
can
have a
too,
very.
But like, you know, I've always been there for him, and if I'm not there, never mind. We shouldn't think about it.
No.
I think she's like, oh, sorry, like we shouldn't think about it. Like it's fine. Ronnie's gonna put his hand up. It would be a shame in this world to have another stray on the streets. And as our beloved Price is Right host once said, spay and neuter your pets.
I don't think we should neuter him, but I like the idea generally.
No, we won't neuter him. I think it's fine.
I just don't think it's right to have more bricks running around when they can't be taking care of themselves.
I'm gonna cry. Thank you. Yeah, I think the rest of the concert goes. You know, it's great. It's a night everyone here is gonna remember. You all get back to the city fight, and like I said, when we actually start playing the game for real, next session, we'll jump 10 years in the future. And I think in that time, Paris has passed away. It was real sad. She had some time. But the question is, these 10 years later, how close did you all stay to Brick?
I think Ronnie, like, did actually, like, I don't think it's super close. I think it's meeting up at like a spot.
We do a check-in occasionally.
Yeah, like maybe like 6 months feels about right.
Yeah.
Like it's not a continual trend. I think if consistently, I think Ronnie like drops by. I think Ronnie visits like wherever Paris is at more consistently than he visits Ronnie or Brick rather.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that I think Simon is very easy to feel guilty and probably has made the strongest attempts to try to. But I feel that like when it's like I have to see Brick, it's like the hey, can we go get coffee equivalent? And it's like I'm getting takeaway, and I say, hey, how's your day? He says good, and he's like, okay, cool, I have to go.
I do think in the intervening years, Brick develops a personality.
Oh, good.
It does not happen, I don't think, all at once. But I think, you know, like you're regularly getting coffee, that's like, oh, I expected these years later Brick to be like a wreck, and it did not. Like the breakdown I think everybody was expecting did not happen.
Interesting.
You know, was Brick sad? Yeah, obviously. Did life go on? Yeah, great. Did Brick develop a personality and become a full-fledged person? Yeah, it just took a very long time.
Thank God. I think Earwig has the weirdest approach to this because after Paris dies, he doesn't really he feels a little obligated the same way Simon does, but is not nearly as sociable, and so just kind of spies on Brick.
I love it. No notes.
Yeah.
Like a little creep, just kind of like make sure he's okay. You know, maybe sometimes we talk. If he notices me.
I was gonna say purely accidentally.
I never initiate it.
Yeah, I'll say with you spying on Brick, you are aware that, really despite the odds here, and I think this is the interesting thing we're going to leave this session on is like really despite the odds, Brick is like very popular in like a very specific way. Like there is a crowd of people who like love Brick. Brick is like regularly going on outings with a lot of like lower city people in a way that you don't expect. And Brick seems to like really develop a lot of friendships with like middle and lower city people that is like, wait a second, what's going on there? And you don't know yet. That is the thing we will discover next time we play.
Ominous.
God.
I left. We left some clues as we went.
Hell yeah.
This was great though.
Yes.
Let's
Very
do
fun.
before we go. I know Sarah has a hard 2 hours today, but we still got a little bit of time.
We got tons. We're good. We got plenty. We're gonna be set.
Let's do some stars and wishes.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god.
The problem is there's too much shit. Like it's just like what do you mean star? It's Starza. One thing I just like love about our group is we just kind of like find the like space that we want to exist in, and then like naturally just like create the connective tissue in a way that like feels really nice. Even though we are each playing like weird little guys, like they feel. I just love how it's immediately like this is the squad, this is the group. Where like at other places, I feel like you like that's something that's like built over time, and we're just like, no, we're besties. It doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't have to. And I love that. Like Simon Says and Earwig, like I'm obsessed. I think they're wonderful.
Names.
It's so good. It's so good. And then like Keegan just like. The number of times Keegan said that question is too good of a question to like not say that there is an answer to it. Like I love that aspect, and I'm just very excited to like play that. My wish for like the next for like wherever this goes or kind of like what comes up next. I do want to in the future have like a Earwig needs to like clean up, not like like I not like just in a like it is incumbent upon Earwig to be more acclimated to a situation that they are not usually comfortable with, just because I want to see what happens when that happens. Like I don't know if we have like a black tie event or something that we're trying to like get into, but like I just need to know.
I will give you a thing real fast that will inevitably happen. So I just put it in the chat, but like we are going into the mission in the book, Expensive Conversation, Cheap Hotels. It is the like big, hey, this is the setting, this is sort of what it's like thing. And in it, almost always, almost inevitably, we will end up at the new Kentucky Derby. And I am interested in what that looks like, knowing what we're looking for.
God. Oh my god.
My wish has been granted.
It's fucking astounding. Oh my god.
That's beautiful.
I'll popcorn. Wasa, what are your stars and wishes?
I just love everyone's character. Like it was felt very before the stream started. It was like, does anyone have an idea? And it was very like no thoughts at the moment, just vibes. And I loved that the snowball effect of like chaos was so good. Like I love Ronnie being like a neon sign equivalent and just having all of those bits. And I love like junk rat raccoon trash Earwig so much because they are just similar. I was like, oh, these are very different characters, and here's like that one grain of like this is what kept us together, but the flow of us being very like casual and comfortable with each other, phenomenal. So big stars for everyone, as well as Keegan for help, like just wrangling.
Wrangling's my favorite job.
Yeah. It was just wrangling a lot of like, what's this? What are we going to do, etc. It was very good, and I do also love that Brick is a character, and I'm very excited to see what happens next with that. Wish wise, let's see. I mean, the Kentucky Derby is already going to be really great.
Yeah.
I guess I'd like to see us have to interact with like new Brick and a new Brick personality in a way that I want us to be like, who the fuck is this person?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll popcorn over to Mr. Keegan.
Woo! Stars and Wishes. This sounds very self-centered because I wrote this game, but I love playing this game. I love this setting. I've been working on Blister City for close to a decade now. I've been truly working on it forever. It is the piece of work that I will work on till I die. And I'm cool with that. So, like, Star for me is anytime I get to introduce new people to this setting, it is always a blast for me. It is always interesting to see, like, what little bits of things people want to pick up and turn over. And because I've played like more than a year of campaigns in this setting too, like I know mostly what's under every rock in a way that always makes it very fun when someone like finds something new. Wishes, I'm so excited to see how we interact with new Brick. Like I said, we're going to be playing a mission out of the book that my husband just came home that involves Brick going to prison for a thing.
For being too boring. Criminal.
You all are going to discover a thing Brick is being accused of doing, and we'll find it out, in play.
Oh my god.
But I am
so excited.
So interested in seeing where that goes, because Brick is going to call you and be like,
oh god.
Hey, nobody fucking believes me.
We don't believe you, brother.
I think you will, is where I will leave that, but you'll find out. But I'm so excited to see where that goes. I'm so excited to play through that.
Hell yeah.
And then who has everyone gone?
No, B's not
B,
gone yet.
Your turn.
Oh my god. Well, I get to gush about how fabulous all of you are. Oh my gosh. I fucking love this group. That's a big group star. You're all so fabulous. The vibes are perfect, immaculate. I agree with what everyone said about like it instantly clicked as like a squad. And I think that is something that just happens with this group. And I really love it. It's so delicious. Wassa, that was such a fucking strong start with being like, their name's Simon Says, and they're a hacker. And that was such a powerful ball to get rolling with a character. Like I cannot express how much I love that, how much I love Simon. And the fact that you were like, just when you described them like a penguin, like that was like, I had such a vivid image of this person, and I was like obsessed. Also, the fuck is that nurse's drink that you just
I'll find it.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, my star is discovering I could put more caffeine into my system than I knew before.
That's genuinely a terrifying drink, and that was just something you dropped so casually. I fucking loved it. Oh my god. Astounding. Sarah, Ronnie Kicks is a crazy concept for a character, and I'm obsessed with you being like, the talking bass fish? Yeah. I want to be that, but a guy.
But a guy.
But a guy. Not like a real person. And also there's a dog that carries me around. Beautiful. I can't. that's so left field. And I really love that take on like the Unbound AI background. You're like, no, it's from like a slot machine.
No,
Astounding.
hear me out. Hear me out, though. What if he was from a slot machine?
Fucking astounding. The breaking into like
Beautiful.
musical stuff, like just as we're talking. I'm just obsessed. I'm obsessed. Oh my God. Keegan, I love this story. I love this world. I can tell you've been working on it for a long time because it feels very rich. It feels very lived in. And even when there was jokes, I have to say, like, I really love that little moment of actual intensity of Paris being like, hey, I'm dying. Because that was like,
Yeah,
right at the knees.
Yeah, it's like
it was perfect.
It's a thing that we talked about at the very start of the mission.
Yes.
It's like, cool, we have to bring it back around now.
But it was it felt really natural in a way that was really, it was really poignant. The same way that happens in like really good comedic movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's always like something there. There's a core there. And that was like the emotional core, other than the fact that we have all decided to stay friends for some reason. And like, I love that that's how that worked out. And I love that I didn't expect you to make Brick a recurring character. I genuinely thought he was a joke.
I wanted to present Brick as a joke because I know what's happening to Brick next session.
See, like, I didn't even think he was going to be around.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
In like the mission, like as it's presented, it's like, hey, have your characters describe like how they know Brick and like what their history is. And it was like, cool. What if because we're doing this in a stream, we just play that out?
I have to say, just a star for that concept. A session -1 is a really fun way for us all to build a story together and to build a history organically. And then I got to hear all of y'all's delightful fucking one-liners. I can't believe Brick is calling us after all these years, after some of the shit y'all said. The shit I said.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. It's great. My biggest wish is I want to see what y'all look like in 10 years. I want to see how these characters have evolved in the decade, because like that's fascinating, including Brick, but also Ronnie and Simon. What do y'all look like in a decade? What does that mean? I noticed the chat is standing Brick. I'm obsessed with that. Yes. So I'm very excited for these next sessions. I'm excited to see what this looks like. I can't wait. I can't wait. I hope everybody in the chat goes and plays Blister City right now. I saw somebody said that they were going to run it for their friends potentially. So yes, please run this game.
Yeah, I guess I should talk about the game a little here at the end. Blister City is mostly a setting guide. There is an attached system, and we will be playing a system that is not attached to the game. That will be maybe in the future release if it's good. I've only played it once, so if it falls apart, we'll just play a different game. And we'll keep the game going like in the same setting with the same characters. Which is great. I
love it.
You could run this in Trophy. I've played it in the system in the game. I've played it in Eclipse phase, and I've played it in Blades in the Dark before. So
astounding.
It's interesting to get to like play a full campaign in the system I'm working on though, which will be fun. But yeah, it'll be coming to Kickstarter probably in like a year, but I've been saying it'll come to Kickstarter in a year for multiple years now, so you know it'll come when it comes. This will be attached when it does. But I think that's everything. We were going to be back in 2 weeks, but that's Memorial Day, so we'll be back in a month. Or who knows? We'll be back when we're back.
We'll be back.
Look at the places where you found us the first time, and you'll find us again. But until next time, everyone, let's